What's up, everybody? Quick video here to answer some questions. I know there's a lot of you, if you follow some of the bigger tech guys, you'll have already seen the story on this that came out yesterday. It is still prevalent in some of the chat channels and stuff that I visit. Just as an FYI, the 4090 cards, yeah, they have a history of melting now. JayzTwoCents called it out a while back. He had concerns over it. However, now that the card's been out for a while, we are seeing and having more reports of individuals having issues with their cards melting and smoke coming out. And it's been a rush for groups to figure out, and even NVIDIA to try and figure out and determine what the cause was. Even Jensen from NVIDIA flew out to Taiwan to talk to the manufacturer that they had outsourced this to about the 16-pin port. And if you want to know what the 16-pin port is, that would be this guy right here. This is the adapter that goes into the RTX card at this end, and then gives you four cables or power whips to go to the ATX 2.0, the original, the current UPSs, not the next generation ones, ATX 3.0. But this case, so you could have enough power to go power the card up to 600 watts, right? So what happened as a result of all these fires, everyone's coming in. Igor's lab, which is a very reputable site, been around for a long time. I followed them. If you don't, I'll have a link for this down in the description below. Worth following. They do a lot of great work. Very reputable. I rate them up there with Gamers Nexus and a few others that are pretty trusted. They broke down what they believe the issue is, and there's been some other sites that have actually done some testing and were able to duplicate or replicate what Igor's labs was coming out to say. Whereas before, everyone kept bending the cable this way, and we're not able to get the failure rates. This is the cable. This thing with this shroud right here is removed. You can see the sense wires and whatnot. And what they believe the issue was, as you can see, these are some of the reported ones. You can see the melting typically happens on the outer edges of the cable. He did a great diagram here of how the cable works, what the pin sets are, the grounding, and everything else. What you get from this fourth block to be able to get you to 133% or 600 watts, all this. And it's the plug, not the form factor, as he said. If you can see here is the first of the picture with the shroud off. Each one of these power whips is soldered to a failure point. All right, and there's a thin piece of metal. Let me get a better picture. There's a metal piece that runs between the two sides, and each power whip has something soldered on each side. And what's happening is when you move it this way, it's not breaking because it's got a little more strength to it. But when you move it side to side, which is really what a lot of people weren't thinking, because they're like, I'm going to plug it in, I'm going to turn it this way. Well, a lot of the cases with how the motherboards are and trying to get the power whips around, they're actually turning them other ways. And that is causing tension on this thin piece of metal, and the solder is breaking off, right? And when the solder breaks off, the sensing pins or cables, which are these guys here, are still thinking that it's there. So it's still registering that you can pull the 600 watts if the card goes that way. But with that broken off, it's really not, and it's overloading other sides, causing the heat in the melting to come down. And as a result, we're getting all these issues with the card. Video cards featured Igor's lab report. JayzTwoCents did a video on it. Pulse Hardware's done some stuff on it. Again, we know that NVIDIA is taking a big look at all this. By the way, Moore's Laws is dead. Really decent tech analyst worth following if you haven't followed him. Did report that Jensen was flying over to Taiwan to talk to the manufacturer that was outsourced for the 16-pin port to be affected. They talked about, in summary, the issue is so bad that, gotten involved. We get that point. But I also talked about we don't know if it's just the cable adapter or if it's the actual ports. So far, everything that I know of and have read shows that an ATX 3.0, which there are some out there, not a whole lot, where it takes a single pin straight over to the single pin. And yeah, you guys will get a view of my shopping cart. Who cares? As you can see right here on the next generations power supply, it's just a single pin, right? Instead of having 4 to 1, it's 1 to 1. That's been reported to fix. Corsair's come out with a power adapter that goes to the card, 1 port to 2. JayzTwoCents has been using this quite a bit, and there's a couple others that I know they have as well. I have ordered one because I do have a 4090 here, but it is going to a actual ATX 3.0, and I have had no thermal issues whatsoever. I do keep a really close eye on it because I do have concerns, but yeah. So beware of that. They are getting addressed. A lot of people are like, oh no, I can't, I gotta wait. Well, you're gonna wait anyways, because trying to get a hold of a 4090 right now is dang near impossible. But I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. They do have believe they've identified the cause. I'll put links down in the description below for those that are interested in reading more about the technical breakdown of it. If you've got questions, let me know. If you're still getting a 4090 or if you're waiting, let me know in the comments below. If you like this stuff, hit the subscribe button. It helps. I'm getting more back into my technical and how it breaks into the gaming world, how it impacts us. And I'm still going to cover some games. My channel is kind of a little bit of a mess with identity and what it is and gaming and all that. But until I'm at a decent size, I can't really break those apart. So hit me up. Let me know what you all think. Some more of this to come and some more technical breakdowns. I'm going to try and dive more into Unreal 5, Unreal Engine 5 later. But I am doing a study course right now on DaVinci Resolve for video editing, and plan to cover God of War when it comes out here in a couple of weeks. If you have technical questions, please let me know. I do my best to answer it. And anyways, y'all stay safe out there, have fun gaming, and have fun spending time with friends and family as well. All right, see y'all.